Alright everyone, today we are coming together and look at my experiment investing. We see when I started, I bought 400 share of Solana. It's a cryptocurrency and it's a high risk investment, high risk asset. And I want to experiment like different investor, their appetite different things. Some investor their appetite on low risk asset, and other investor they have appetite on high risk asset because higher risk and it gives you higher return, and lower risk gives you lower return too. So when I bought it was 82 and I spent $32,000, bought $400, but now it's 98. But like the reason I want to say it, like it really high risk asset, like low high risk high return. For example, in May it went to 96 97, and wow, that now it's high $100 high now. It was like 96 97, let's say 97 96. I make $100, I make $6,000, but in June less than 30 days and it went to 60 and I lost, instead of gain $6,000 I lost $8,000. So in the period less than 1 month, my portfolio show that my money like went down about $14,000. So that's why this is the very risky asset. And I want to say, please do not do this at home because this one is very risky. Yeah, I want to make sure I say that. Please do not do that at home. I am a professional, that's why I'm doing this. And it's just an experiment too. So, alright, let's see. We see that. And now, when it go that, so now my profit is now 6,000. $6,068. So this one is my profit right now. $6,000. So what I'm going with this, so alright. So it already been hit at 101, so in 6 more days I hope it went past 100, go up to 102, and maybe next month it went, at the end of next month maybe 105, and at the end of the year 110. However, the Kashi market, this one is like 90% plus. Now it's 100% already because the price is 97 at the end of the year. So Kashi markets increased their prediction for at the end of the year 100 plus to 50%, 50 coin cost. Yesterday it was only 48%. So that's about it, and we see for today Bitcoin, Solana went down to 93 and then went back up to 98 and now stay in 97.45. And today Ethereum went up from 24.29 to 25.31. Now it stayed 24.71. And Bitcoin, it went up from 62,480 to this one for 1 month. Let's see, one day. One day went up to 76,900 to 79,890. Now it stays 78,630. So today the crypto doing really well. Bitcoin up 1.45%, Ethereum up 0.086%, and Solana up 1.98%, almost 2%. And we see look at PKW. Look like it stay around 151 in 5 years. It went up to 150 in 5 days, went up to 154. So it break another record right now. Yeah, because the highest was 151, and now it went up to 154, almost 155, and came back down. So it break another record. And S&P 500 today down 0.28%. Dow Jones Industrial up 0.26%. Nasdaq Composite 100 down 76%. Gold up 0.26%. Now it stays 4,710. We see oil price come down a little bit, about this one is say only 0.7%. But if we look at from 55.92 to this, it would down some more, and then it went back up. The report say it down more than 2%. And we see SpaceX today down about 1.44% when the market closed, and then went back up about a little bit. This one after hour went back up a little bit. And the interest rate like give us a new kind of like a good news. 1 month went up about 0.5%, but other than that everything came down. 30-year yield came down about 4.7 base point, and 10-year yield came back down 3.5 base point. Alright, let's see a deeper market briefing on Monday, August 24, 2026, with more explanation of what each story means for the investor. 1. Tech stocks fell as investors reduced risk before Nvidia earnings. Because they usually when Nvidia show the earning report, for some reason Nvidia stock always come down for some reason. The S&P 500 and Nasdaq finished low today, with semiconductor and AI related stock under the most pressure. Nvidia, Micron, and Broadcom was among the notable decliners, while the Philadelphia Semiconductor Index also fell. The Dow performed better because fiscal stocks such as JP Morgan Visa have offset the technology weakness. The important point is that investors are questioning whether AI valuation have moved too far ahead of earning growth. Nvidia's upcoming result could either restore confidence in AI trade or trigger another rebound profit taking. What I am watching: Nvidia's revenue growth, data center sales, margin, and most important, forward guidance. Nvidia earnings could move the entire market. Nvidia's earnings are one of the biggest catalysts this week because the company has become a major driver of both technology index and investor expectation about AI spending. Reuters notes that Nvidia earnings and Jackson Hole are effectively testing two pillars of the stock market's rally: strong AI-related earnings and expectations surrounding monetary policy. A strong report with strong guidance could push semiconductors and the Nasdaq higher. A strong fiscal quarter but caution guidance could still hurt the stocks because expectations are already very high. The broader market's guidance may matter more than the headline earnings per share number. 3. Bond market is becoming one of the biggest threats to stocks. Long-term Treasury yields have recently surged to unusual high levels. The 30-year Treasury yield reached roughly its highest level in 19 years before the Treasury intervention had pushed yields lower. Why this matters? When Treasury yields rise, investors can earn more from relative safe government bonds that make expensive growth stocks less attractive. Higher yields also mean higher mortgage rates, corporate borrowing costs, and federal interest expense. The particularly important for technology, real estate, highly leveraged companies. Treasury Secretary Scott Bessent is aggressively supporting Treasury market liquidity. The Treasury had doubled the size of the same long-duration bond buyback and indicate the purchase could become even larger. Today, Bessent said government will continue its normal Treasury auction schedule while increasing buyback of 10 to 30-year security beginning September 10. This buyback don't eliminate U.S. government debt. Instead, the Treasury repurchase older bonds to improve liquidity and functioning in the Treasury market. Treasury general account currently around $940 billion may provide some flexibility for the operation. This is a very important development because Treasury market instability can spill into essential everyday asset class. Fed Chair Kevin Warsh Jackson Hole speech could be issued. Markets are preparing for Federal Reserve Chair Kevin Warsh first Jackson Hole speech. Investors want to know how the Fed views inflation, long-term Treasury yields, and the preferred path for interest rate. A recent Reuters poll found economists generally expect the Fed to hold rate unchanged through the end of 2026. There are two possible market reactions. Dovish wash. Stocks, Bitcoin, and gold could benefit while Treasury yield and dollar could weaken. Hawkish wash. Treasury yield and dollar could rise while growth stock and crypto could come under pressure. For me, this is one of the two important events this week alongside with Nvidia. Such inflation data could determine what the Fed does next. The market also waiting for the U.S. core PCE price index, one of the Fed's favorite preferred measure of inflation. Inflation remains stubborn. Reuters notes that core PCE have been above the Fed's 2% target for 65 consecutive months. If PCE comes in hotter than expected, investors could price it higher for longer interest rate. That could probably push Treasury yield higher and pressure technology stock. If inflation is softer, the opposite could happen. 7. Oil fell more than $2 despite tougher Iran sanctions. Oil price dropped more than $2 per barrel today despite Trump administration announcing an expansion of sanctions aimed at Iran and countries doing business with Iran. Investors appear to have taken profit after the recent oil rally rather than immediately pricing in another major supply chain disruption. But geopolitical risk remains significant. Iran has also threatened penalties and possible confiscation involving vessels crossing the Strait of Hormuz, including blacklisting 45 tankers and it violated transit rules. Strait of Hormuz remains one of the world's most important energy transportation routes, and its significant disruption could send oil price sharply higher. Gold rally is becoming increasingly significant. Gold is approximately $4,680 per ounce intraday before trading around $4,639 later today. Its highest level is more than 3 months. Several forces are driving the move: falling long-term yield after Treasury intervention, a weaker dollar, geopolitical uncertainty involving Iran, concern about government debts, and technical momentum. Gold back ETFs also received their strongest inflow in about 10 months, roughly for 46.7 metric ton worth about $6.4 billion. That tells me institutional investors increasingly use gold as a portfolio hedge rather than this being pure speculative buying. US-Canada trade tensions certainly become much more serious. President Trump threatened tariffs of 50% on Canadian-made car, truck, and auto parts beginning January 1st, 2027, after the US-Canada trade negotiation broke down. Canada has announced retaliatory tariffs begin September 8, target US goods and matching the American tariffs dollar for dollar. This matters enormously to North American automotive industry because product lines are deeply integrated across the border. Part may cross between the United States and Canada multiple times before a finished vehicle reaches a dealer. Tariffs can therefore compound through the supply chain. Ford and GM was among the companies pressured by the news today. 10. The US dollar rose today, but confidence remains fragile. The dollar strengthened Monday. US dollar rose today, but the confidence remains fragile. The dollar strengthened Monday following Iran sanctions and worsening US-Canada trade tension. The Canadian dollar weakened particularly notably. However, the dollar region hit roughly 3-month low as investors question Treasury market stability and US fiscal policy. So the dollar rose a little bit, so that is not good for crypto or stock or gold. US dollar rose today, but confidence remains fragile. Rank, catalyst, potential impact. Nvidia earning potential impact very high. Jackson Hole and Warsh also very high. Core PCE inflation very high. Treasury yields high. Iran and Strait of Hormuz high. US-Canada trade war high. Gold breakout medium high. Oil volatility medium high. The bigger picture right now, the market is being pulled in two directions. Bullish case is that corporate earnings remain strong, Treasury yield stability cool, and AI investment continue to grow. Bearish case is long-term yield rise again. Nvidia disappointment, inflation remains sticky, geopolitical tension drive energy price higher. Stock and crypto particularly, I would watch 10-year and 30-year Treasury yield closely. If the yield are combined are climbing sharply again, that could become warning signal for Nasdaq, Bitcoin, Solana. If the yield continue to decline while Nvidia delivers strong guidance, the setup become considerably more bullish. Okay, everyone, thank you for watching, and I'm really worried about, because I just read the dollar, it strengthened a little bit, so I'm kind of like worried me a little bit, because the crypto and everything should coming back down, but we'll see. Let's see tomorrow what the dollar index look like, and if it keep continue go up, I think the Bitcoin and crypto might be come back down. So, but for now, we still have about $6,000 profit. I don't know. I'm really maybe do another sale of $50. 50 share. Let's see. Yeah, do 50 share sale. 97 minus 82. $15 and multiply by 50. Wow, 700. I might just sell another $50 right now. I don't know. I'm really don't know yet. If I sell, I'll let you guys know. Alright, thank you y'all for watching, and I see you in the next episode. Bye bye.